welcome to the Cashing on Creativity podcast. I'm your host, Bruce Outridge. This is episode number 106, and today we are going to take a recap of the recent Caricature Convention. I was at the ISCA Convention in San Diego, had a great time, and got to see some people. So make sure you check out the video for this too, because there's a lot of amazing artwork and stuff as well. But stay tuned, and we'll be right back with interviews and recaps from ISCA Caricature Convention. All right, I have Corey Lally here, and you're, what is your job at ISCA? I should know that. You're on the board, but I don't know what your actual title is. So.
That is A-OK. I'm actually vice president.
Yeah.
So I guess my job is to make sure, Chris Moore, our president,
behaves.
Absolutely. So me and the rest of the board, I've got to make sure credit is given where it's due.
Yeah.
They definitely take a lot of the weight. Pretty much put together the Caricature Convention every year, and we try to make the convention amazing, and then when the convention's not happening, we're organizing next year's convention.
Right, yeah.
And we're trying to make ISCA something that has, something to offer to artists the other 11 months and 3 weeks.
Well, you guys do a great job. I've been part of ISCA since 2009. How long have you been part of the ISCA?
Man, that is a very good question. I lost track. Is that okay?
You can say long time if you want, Corey. That goes up.
Yeah, I'll say probably not as long, but it's definitely been a while. My first convention would have been, I think it was in St. Pete.
Okay.
So how long ago was St. Pete?
5 years ago, 6 years ago?
6 years.
Oh, so I presented at that one. That was, because there was one last year. I didn't go to that one, but then there was the one before that. Was Treasure Isle? Was that Treasure Island, St. Pete's?
Yes.
Yeah. I know. My mind's going too, but I'm older than you, so I've got an excuse. I don't know what yours is, but
it's a little too much rum.
Too much rum.
That's my excuse.
That's the part that's fun about a convention. So how do you decide what to put on at a convention? Like, how do you decide? I know this has been going for a number of years. We're in our 27th year at this one, so there's a lot of things been established. But how do you kind of keep it fresh and new? Do you have to, or are artists just happy to draw on a table and you don't have to do anything?
Thankfully, so I'm going to answer that in reverse.
Sure, yeah.
Because I don't think we do have to. I think people really love what it is, which makes it exciting for us to answer that first part of the question. Yeah. So artists already really love what they have going on here. They're happy to be here. They're happy to be with their friends. They're happy to draw. So it's really exciting when we think, okay, well, a few years ago, Nolan's board said, can we get art fighting?
Yeah.
People liked that. This year, Chris said, hey, can we mix it up, make it a little more dynamic, get some Play-Doh, these funny, silly little things. So because there's such a solid foundation that, I think we could do the same thing every year and people would still be happy to come. Yeah. But it makes it a little easier and, more fun to come up with something new and exciting to try and freshen it up.
Yeah. Probably the hardest part is picking a location to have these, because you guys swing across the country on a regular basis trying to meet all areas, and that's got to be a hard part to decide on where to hold.
Yeah, it's there's this balancing act of trying to make sure it's, we're trying to please everybody, which, as I'm sure anybody who's ever tried to do that knows it's impossible.
Yeah.
So picking a location, guest speakers, that's always, it's kind of a give and take.
Yep.
We know who we're looking for, but whether they can make it or want to do it.
Yep.
So it's definitely a balancing act. Or, I don't want to say it's not hard, but there's definitely a struggle.
Yeah.
And some stress trying to figure out what we're going to do next.
Yeah. So now you're a caricature artist as well, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is that what you do? So where are you based out of? Where are you working?
Okay, so I actually own my own concessionaire, the California Boys.
Okay.
So we draw caricatures at different fairs, festivals, events, gigs,
right.
Across the country. We kind of missed the mostly East Coast and West Coast.
Right.
So that's primarily where we work. I'm not actually on the easel as much as I used to be.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get up into like management or the board, all that kind of stuff. Right, it takes over.
That's one thing. Another thing I really like about the convention is now that I'm not on the easel, there work so much.
Yeah.
It's a dedicated. Okay, well, if I didn't get to draw that much this year, now I have a few days to just really sit down and do art.
That's cool. That's cool. Where can we learn more about the California Boys? You got a website or anything like that? Or
it's a really surprising website name, thecaliforniaboys.com.
Way to knock it out of the park.
Yeah, I know. Really creative here. Yeah, you can check out our website. Most of our artists, so we subcontract, and a lot of our artists are on Instagram posting under hashtag The California Boys.
Right.
So you can see a wide variety of work. We work with a lot of amazing people. I love our website, and I want you to go there. But if you're really just looking to see caricatures, that hashtag's probably the way to go.
Okay.
See what we're producing.
Great. Well, listen, thanks for being on. Thanks for the job you're doing. You guys are doing a great job. I'm trying to get Chris over here later today. We'll see if we get him in. But he was almost at the table, but then he ran back. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if we get him. But you guys are doing a great job. I know how hard it is to put on events. I do that at home. So
thank you.
Keep up the good work, and we look forward to doing this again.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks, buddy. Convention.
To be honest, I was in Ohio for the Ohio State Fair drawing, and I ran into Tom Faraci, and he was like, I was messaging him on Facebook, he was like, you should come to the ISCA Convention. And I was thinking like, I don't know, and then he convinced me. So he was like, dude, you'll get a lot better with your drawing, you get to meet other artists, he was just going through all the little seminars and everything, and I was like, I'll do it.
Valley Tomb here.
Yeah, Tom.
Tomb. I'm going to do a whole show on messing up people's names because that is what I'm good at.
That's great. That sounds like a great idea. I like this idea for our show.
So you're an artist. You now are a mother. Congratulations.
Those are two things that I am. Yes, thank you very much.
And I got to say, you have put out the best stuff over as you were pregnant and moving on.
Thank you.
We've all been following your adventure.
Yeah.
Some very funny stuff there for sure.
It's, when that's all you experience 24/7, you have to draw what you know.
Yeah.
So I knew about how being pregnant was awful, and even though it was a normal pregnancy for the most part, and then raising a child, how that is interesting in so many different ways.
Yes.
So you gotta draw what you know, right?
Wait till they grow up, because mine are 30 and 29. I got 6 grandkids. They're all
So, hey, at least you don't have to change their diapers anymore. I feel like that's a positive. That's a step in the right direction.
Once you get past that, in fact, my grandkids, they're now the youngest one is about 2 years old. So once they get past that stage is when I start taking them out. I'm not doing the baby.
No,
that's your job.
I'm getting pretty over it too. If I could force her to toilet train right now, I would. But I gotta wait till she's interested. I don't want to fight about it.
So when did you start drawing? Where are you based out? You're based out of Pennsylvania, right?
Pennsylvania.
So when did you start drawing caricatures, or even start?
I started drawing caricatures because I didn't want to be a teacher, and I had this dream of being a party clown because I could balloon twist.
That's a dream.
I wanted, honestly, I felt like an entertainer, and I wanted the freedom to do gigs and stuff. I don't like 9-to-5 jobs, and that's what teaching is. And I never really wanted to be a teacher anyway. I just wanted to do art, but got to make the money and then do art on the side. Like that's what I was always told. It's a very conservative area, and not many people are full-time artists. A couple of folk artists, but I didn't want to be a folk artist.
Folks, that's it. 135. That's me. First one for the wall. That's number 1. So listen, you are, I think, didn't you get an award or something for the most ISCA conventions you've come out? You've never missed one, right?
That's right. This is the 27th one.
Yeah.
And I don't come as long as I used to.
Yeah.
It's towards the end now, and everybody's getting sleepy and they're taking breaks.
Okay.
But see, I'm not competing because I'm just here for a day, just to visit.
Yeah, come see all your friends.
Yes.
So you are based where you've got two places, Texas and California, right?
Right. Yeah, and a little bit of Amsterdam.
Yeah, and you used to do, I don't know if you still do courtroom art. Is that what your specialty is?
Yes, I used to do that. It was great. I was 6 feet away from a murderer once, and he said he didn't. God told him to kill the person, and so.
I get asked that all the time at home if I do courtroom, and I always tell people, to me that seems like a depressing place to have to go every day to work. Right? Did you find it that way? Did you find it depressing? Did it play with the mind?
Actually, I hate to say it, but no.
No,
I found it exciting.
Oh, a lot of people feel that way. So now, and you do portraits and you do caricatures. You do a lot of events. So what are you doing these days? Are you still drawing? Are you still doing it?
Yes, I have 2 main events that I do, and they're both in Houston, where I'm living.
Yeah.
And but I'm ready to travel. I've met people that work for a few weeks here and a few weeks there, and that sounds good. So I might start traveling.
Portfolio area, and artists can bring in their work that's done outside of the convention and have it displayed here. So you can see there's some amazing work here on these walls. This one here was done by this afternoon. We saw some of these people here. It's pretty amazing to see the work that they've done. Very talented artists in this room. All kinds of styles keep you amazed. So